Yo, what's up with y'all niggas, man? So, I just thought I should just share with you guys a quick self-help, tip. Because, I had the opportunity to think about it, right? How I actually healed myself, right? In and out, from within, right? So, like, don't mind me getting distracted. I'm in town right now, as you can see with the as you can see with the robots and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So what happened is that, you know, I had a because I'm gonna firstly I'm gonna make a disclaimer, right? First of all, how I healed myself, right, might not be how you're gonna heal yourself, right? But what I'm gonna give you right now is the formula, and it's simple. Once you get the formula, you can use it for any kind of disease, right? Because the diseases, right, they form from they develop basically from an unease, an unease of something, right? So for example, I'm gonna make an example with myself, right? When I had you know kidney and bladder problems, right? Supposedly, because later on I discovered that it was just inflammation, right? But this is what happened. So I was having a problem, right? An inflammation, with my gut, I mean my bladder and my kidneys, right? But it was like long time ago. So what happened is that I didn't have help, I didn't have nobody to help me, right? So I had to tap in, I had to really tap in. So what happened is that when I firstly discovered that I was having a problem, right? I didn't want to, like anybody else, right? You would actually, suppress it, or just, push it over to the side and think, okay, it might go, it might, you might get better, you know, you will get better. That's how we think, basically. So now what happened is that in a period of 2 days, right, I could see that, okay, I'm not getting better, right? So what happened is that, like I said, I was tapped in, you know. So you need to really tap in, right, for you to even try these kinds of methods. So basically, tapping in is just, being on your spiritual shit, right? Being on your spiritual natures, right? And like really going back to your own individual way of looking at life, right? Because when you're sick and you ask somebody, what can I do? They're gonna say, go to the hospital, do this, do that, right? But with me, this is what I did, right? I started to self-diagnose just based upon symptoms like anybody else would do, right? But with me, I really went in deeply, because what happened is that I started experimenting. Like I said, right? It goes back to that point of saying, don't listen to anybody, right? Trust your intuition. So I started to do it my own way, Back then, right? I was smoking some weed, right? So I stopped smoking weed to see if maybe I'm gonna get better, right? And then I noticed that, when I stopped smoking weed, right, the inflammation would go off, right? I would actually get a relief. And then I realized that, okay, when I stop smoking cigarettes, right, and then I smoke weed, something happens. So now this is where my disclaimer ends, right? If you don't smoke weed, right, you don't have to try it. But with me, this is what happened, right? I noticed that every time I smoke weed, right, it would actually, because even Bob Marley said this: when you are intoxicated, right, or however you wanna look at it, with the herb, the weed, right, when you are high, your conscious is in front of you, right. What he basically means is that your subconscious, everything that is in your subconscious, start to surface, right. So I noticed that, okay, every time I smoke weed, right, during that time, even when I was sick, I would actually like take a puff, smoke some, half a joint, a little bit. And when I smoke, I notice that, my awareness, right, goes to certain parts, right, of my body, right, specifically. So that's how I knew that I had a problem with kidneys and bladder. And I'm saying, so every time I would smoke weed, right, I would feel like an inflammation, right, or a pinch wherever the problem was. So, say for example, if the problem was in my chest, right, when I smoke weed, that problem would actually surface, right? I would actually feel that, okay, this is where the problem is. So now with that situation that I had, when I smoke some weed, I would feel that, okay, there's an inflammation on the left side and on down on the bladder, right? So I used that, right? I used that. Weed is not a good thing to use in terms of when you are sick, but I used that to scan my body, right? So that I can know which parts specifically in the body should I enhance. And then I went off and started researching how to improve kidney health, how to improve bladder health. And then, like Dr. Sebi, I started tracking down and, giving myself a therapy and doing all these things. So I hope this gonna help you guys. Anyway, peace.